connected. There we go. Day 5. Today, what I have been doing, I'm not completely finished yet, but I decided to do this video now. What I'm doing is I'm organizing all my files, my desktop. If you guys have seen me, I'm always looking at my book. I got a little binder with all my notes each day, and then some ideas for my video each session. And so I'm taking good notes, but it's after a week, it's getting a little disorganized. So I reorganized it. I took the important notes out and wrote them down separately. I made an Excel spreadsheet with some checklists for myself and things like that. I'll make that available on Google Docs. So if you have, I think on Google you can add me as a friend or as somebody you know. My email address 365k in 365 days at gmail.com, and you can add me, and then you can get access to my checklists and anything I made for myself to try and keep myself accountable, keep myself organized. I started saving the videos in certain files and trying to describe them properly so they're searchable and things like that. So I'm really just trying to organize everything today. Um, my desktop, I got little icons all over the place, so I cleaned it all up, put them in special folders so that I can easily find them. I've done that a little bit with my binder here. I'm gonna actually start a little filing system in my good old filing cabinet here, so I can keep track of what I'm doing and print out any special things and any saved emails and stuff. I want to print it out and have it with me so I can look at it. For some reason, it helps having that physical email or physical piece of information on a piece of paper in front of me. Uh, Sorry, I'm not saving trees. I still recommend you print stuff out. That's important. You need to have that. Digital only take you so far, in my opinion. So that also wants me. I want to mention to you guys, take notes. Repetition is key in learning, and when you write something down, you're telling yourself it's important. Your brain is saying subconsciously, "Oh, this is important information," because you're taking the time to write down the same words or to form it into an idea that makes sense to you. So don't write down just what I say. Write down maybe your interpretation of that as well. Watch the videos more than once. I go through a lot of information, I've noticed sometimes, and there's a lot of key little things that I'll say that you might not feel like they're driven home that much. Like repetition is key. That's an important fact. You could have just breezed through that and not got that lesson. I've noticed that. I don't know what I'm saying when I'm saying it. None of this is scripted. I'm just making it up as I go along. And I watch my own videos again and again or again before I upload them, and then afterwards when I've got them on there, and then when someone comments, I watch it again to find out what they wanted to comment about. Um, yeah, my views aren't all everybody else. A lot of my views are myself, but you know that's the process. And when I watch it, I'm teaching myself things. I'm like, oh, I said that. Hey, that's pretty smart. So and other things, I'm like, oh, I hope no one else caught that. I can't do simple math, or I hope no one else caught the irony that there is nobody named Christopher Colombo. It's Columbus, and he's not really the person who is said to have discovered America. There's some debate on that, so that was a really poor example. I thought I'd mention that. My friend pointed that out and laughed at me. So there we go. Humor's good. Um, but take a lot of notes. It's gonna be probably one of the most important things. Have a checklist. I have a little checklist in my pocket or in my wallet. Just a little note, and I keep it around to make sure I'm remembering what I need to get done and getting things done. And it just reminds me. And one thing I did, I'll tell you this little story, is I had an elastic band around my wrist. And I used to see people in high school with elastic bands. It was like a basketball thing, when you go for the swish or sorry, the 3-point shot, and it's something about the elastic band on the wrist. I don't know, still don't know what it was, but I people used to tell me, oh, well, it's maybe a fashion statement or whatever. Well, what I realized that the value in actually an elastic band is you can train yourself where um, some people use it as a snap when you're thinking a negative thought, or you're trying to train yourself like you would a child or a dog to behave in a certain way. If I'm trying to train myself to not, maybe not curse. I noticed I said shit on a few videos, and So maybe if that's something I want to work on, I would put this elastic band on my wrist, and I would just pull it and let go and snap it anytime that I curse, or anytime I'm feeling self-pity, or being angry or something. Just to It does two things. One is it, oh, shocks you, maybe takes you out of state a bit. Two, it's negative. No one likes, you feel a little pain. It's not nice. So now you're linking that physical feeling to your mental state of being depressed or being angry or being frustrated. And then the next second step in the process is to actively think, okay, I'm not going to be angry anymore, road rage, whatever it is, forget it, no more swearing. Okay, now think about, think calm thoughts, think motivating thoughts, take a breath, take a deep breath, smile. I mean, when you smile, it releases endorphins in your brain, and that, you could be really mad and you smile and you feel like a jackass because you're smiling and you shouldn't be smiling, you think, but you keep that smile on your face long enough, you'll start to like it and you'll start to feel happier, because the link between the chemicals in your brain and the reaction in your body. When you do one thing followed by another thing followed by another thing, that that becomes a habit. So when you're smiling habitually, you're usually in a good mood. Why do you smile? You're happy, you're laughing. So you can force yourself to smile, right? We can all force ourselves to smile. We can't force ourselves to feel good, but we can force ourselves to smile, which in turn will help us to feel good. So um, that was one thing in elastic band. That's the kind of, I tend to ramble. But what I did with this elastic band, and why I mentioned it with keeping notes or to-do list or something you want to accomplish in your pocket or in your wallet somewhere, is I wrote on this elastic band. A specific example, I wrote, learn everything about funding. And at the time, I was trying to learn how to get some more government grants or some funding for different things. And within a few months' time, without actually trying or even really thinking about it, I worked on it a week. I put the elastic band on my wrist and I kind of kept it on, or kept it on my headrest of my bed. I saw it every day, and within about 2 months, I had an amazing wealth of knowledge on places to get funding, whether it was for your business, from government, from investors, angel investors, venture capitalists, different ways of raising money through the stock market. It just seemed to keep coming up in conversation. My mind kept seeing those things. If any of you have bought a new car, and then all of a sudden you see that car everywhere, well, the car was there before. It's just now it's in the front of your mind. Now it's something you're paying attention to, so now you're noticing it. And I think that's probably what happened. There might be some law of attraction at work there, bringing about situations and encounters that attract that type of information or that type of conversation, or it's just in my head. So when someone mentions it, I say, hey, yeah, that's cool. Tell me about that. And like I said before, everyone likes to talk about themselves or likes to talk, and they'll be more than willing to share that information. Uh, so at the end of the day, really take notes, write things down that are important, keep a little list, keep it with you, have it there, keep track. Again, just like Google Analytics is going to track everything from your site, you need to track your own activities. Uh, the times you're working, I'm trying to track to make sure I'm only spending an hour and change. Um, but a few things I came up with today was, I wanted to give you guys a great resource that I've used, and this is really for beginners. If you don't understand things like what the hell is Twitter, what's the point of this crap? Who wants to tweet? Get out of here. I don't care that you're making dinner right now. People use it for silly things, but other people use it for, it's a very valuable business marketing tool. I've heard some people say it's the best thing since email. Uh, I still find that hard to believe, but it's just because I don't understand the power of it yet. But there's a great resource. It's these made easy videos. It's called In Plain English. So if you go on YouTube and type in something like Twitter in plain English, or Facebook in plain English, just write in plain English and search the different videos that are up there. There's probably about 40 or 50, far less, that are actually valuable to you, because they do like this software program in plain English, and they explain it very smoothly, very easily. Um, it's Common Craft. You can go to commoncraft.com, um, and check that out. I encourage that. Watch some of those videos. They're really cool. Um, the last thing I did today, besides organizing my files on my desktop, was I made a list of assets, the things I have that are valuable that I could use in this challenge, such as a few ebooks that I have, articles I've written, and things like that. So I made a list. That's also on bubble.us, bubbl.us, and add my username 365k and 365days.ca, and you can get access to that. See you guys tomorrow.